Ooh. Okay, we are on. Let's see. What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's start. Ready? Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be testing out some new, to me, e.l.f. products, and I think some of these are very new on the market. I bought these all myself, so this isn't sponsored or I'm not getting paid for this, so my opinions always will be my own no matter what. But in this case, I made an e.l.f. order and I got quite a few things, and I just wanted to share them with you. Let's try them out together. I haven't used any of the products yet, so this will be, you know, my first impressions of the products. And this is really barefaced. Sometimes I come on and have at least some foundation or something on, but right now all I have on are my skincare products, and that's because I want to try out e.l.f.'s new Puff Puff Primer. And this is a hemp-derived primer, and it is supposed to be a nourishing face primer that helps prep your skin for makeup. So you put it on, obviously, under your foundation. I did smell it, but I have not applied it at all to the skin. So I'm going to put some of that on the back of my hand. And it has a kind of, I would say, clean scent. But barely. Really, barely has a scent at all. So I'll dot that on my face. It feels like a nice moisturizer, I think. Now it's getting a little bit tacky. The more I kind of rub it in, which is good. I like a tacky primer, it's fine. It just means that hopefully it will grip onto the foundation. It feels hydrating. I have decided that I should have done this before I filmed the video. And on my hand, I'm not sure that I see a whole lot of this on my face. A little bit. It does kind of have a little bit of a blurring effect. I can really see it on the back of my hand because I have a lot of freckles on the back of my hand. You won't be able to see it on camera, so I'm not going to bother, but I can see it blurring more on the back of my hand, and it is blurring a tiny bit on my face. So that's nice. I like it. So far, so good. We'll have to see what if it helps with the longevity of my makeup or not. So that was the Puff Puff Primer from e.l.f. I don't believe that any of these products were over $10. I want to say the e.l.f. primer was $8 or $6, but everything will be, as always, linked down below in the description box. Now, I don't have anything else until I get to my under eye concealer. I did pick up the new e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, but I'm upset because I can normally pick out shades pretty well online, but this did not come in what I thought it would be at all, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is the Hydrating Concealer. The shade on this is Light Sand. Now normally I would choose a lighter shade than that in any other concealer, but the last time when I got the 16-hour Camo Concealer, it came in and I ordered Fair Warm, and this is what I got. And it's so bright white, it's messing with my lights. So I tried to get a shade darker than I would normally think I would need, and this is what happened. You can see the difference between those two. I mean, come on. So the shades on these two concealers are not alike at all. Not alike at all. All I can say is maybe go into the store and swatch them, or at least look at them in the bottle, because it was disappointing. I'm gonna have to get another one that is the correct shade. I'm gonna try it today, but it's probably gonna look silly and a bit yellow. Maybe after I try it on, I can add a little bit of something that's a little lighter. The whole purpose of trying this, though, was to see how different it is to this one. And I can tell you right now, the colors are very, very different. Even though they're not the exact named color, it's not cool, e.l.f. You played me on that one, and I don't appreciate it. So we're gonna take a little break. I will come back with my foundation and my brows and everything on, and we will move into the under eye concealer. Okay, we're back and we've got foundation and the brows on, and I did add some setting powder to the outer edges of my face, not the under eye. And you can see this foundation is pretty dewy. It's the Flower Light Illusion foundation, so it's very dewy, very healthy looking foundation. I really like it. So the underneath of my eyes are a little bit shiny right now. I have not applied my under eye concealer. Honestly, I'm a little scared to do this because I already know the color is crap. But we're gonna stick it on my face anyway. I'm not going anywhere tonight. Big Saturday night plans. I'm going to find something on Netflix and just sit and watch TV. So makeup, not a big deal. I don't even want to use it down the center of my face. I'm not going to. Just gonna do it on the under eyes. I also forgot that I did get one of their one of the e.l.f. sponges. It is really, really pretty baby pink, which I love, and very, very soft. Okay, it's already dampened. I love it. It's very nice. So I'm going to take that and try to blend in this god-awful shade of concealer. I don't think that did anything whatsoever to brighten my under eyes, which I usually like a nice brightened under eye, but it is blending in very nicely. I would say the coverage is good. Not quite as good as the original Camo Concealer, but that one was a little thick and a little drying for me. And this one doesn't feel bunchy, it doesn't feel tight. It actually feels pretty hydrating. So in that respect, I really like it. It's my fault. I just need to get the correct shade of that. Something a little lighter. It doesn't look awful. It looks a little peachy, a little yellow. Not my favorite, but we're gonna roll with it. I also did buy some of their e.l.f.'s banana powder, and it comes in a container like this, and it is very yellow. I've never used a banana powder under my eyes ever. So this is a first time experience for me as well. This is really, really super yellow. Can you see that without me dumping it everywhere? It's very bright yellow. Oof, we're living on the edge today. We're taking chances. I'm gonna take a little bit of that on my damp sponge, same e.l.f. sponge. I like this sponge a lot. This is my Tarte sponge, and I love it too because it is super squishy and super soft. But I like this one because it has the nice flat edge as well. So get a little bit of both in this one. Let's try this. Okay. I absolutely hate everything about that. What is happening? Did I use too much? Do I need to use a brush? I do not like the way that looks at all. It made my under eyes bright yellow. So, get off, get off, get off. But maybe with a damp sponge is not the way to go. I seem to have angered it. Perhaps just with a brush would be better, and a tiny little bit. So we're gonna tap that brush off, just tap it, and go in very light-handed on the other eye. Learning curve. This container of powder is going to last me about 1,000 years because you really super do not need very much of that at all. If you like it, I do not. That's a no from me. Hard pass. No, thank you. And now my sponge is all yellow. Here's the thing. One or the other of those products are making my under eyes look even drier. What? It has to be the powder, right? Like I said, I will exchange the hydrating concealer for one that is a better shade for me and try it again. I'm not trying that banana powder again. It's out. But I think it not only made my under eyes look even more yellow, it also made my under eyes look very dry. So what I'm going to do now is get a clean brush. Oh, please, give me a brush. Anything, something. And take a little bit of my HD powder from e.l.f. and tap it out and put a little bit of that over top of the yellow. Jaundice looking nightmare. Okay. Hate it. I don't think I've ever hated a product more than that yellow powder. It is awful. I don't understand. Somebody put in the comments if you know, if you use it and you love it. Did I use it wrong? Did I use too much? I don't know. But the way I used it today, never again. Okay. So, moving forward, we are going to very quickly fast forward through the next few parts because these are all products that I've known and used before. I believe the next product up from e.l.f. will be the very interesting jelly highlighter, and it is like jelly in there. It's very wiggly and wobbly. Not sure about this one either. We'll see. And then of course I also did pick up some of their tiny little bite-size eyeshadows. They're so cute. They're so tiny. Look how little. But the colors were very, very pretty, so I picked my favorite. That one is the I hate this word. I See You, ACAI, get it? The berry, you. And then this one is Hot Jalapeno, nice green shades. And then this one's called Cream and Sugar, and it's a really nice, just basic neutrals palette. So today we're going to be using the purpley bluish palette. So I'm going to just fast forward or skip through the rest of my face products and get you caught up with the eye look. So be right back with you. Okay. Alright, I think we are ready to start the eye look. There's a hair in the middle of my head. Okay. So as I said, we're going to use the purplish one today. I think it's really pretty. I'm trying to block out my face, see if you can get a better look at it. It's really, really pretty. Now these I ordered online when I was at our local Walmart. They didn't have as many to choose from, so I went ahead and made the order online because I was really interested in seeing how these products performed, because I'm not, I have to admit, a huge fan of the eyeshadows by e.l.f. I'm just not. But we're going to see if it's been quite a while since I've tried e.l.f. Eyeshadows, so we're going to give it a try today. I'm going to start with the Morphe R37. It's just a nice fluffy blending brush, and I'll start with this, the lightest lilac kind of shade on the end. And we'll get that going through the crease. It's powdery. It is giving us a little bit of, make sure there are no. That's a very, very soft, on the blue side of lavender, I would say. This may end up being much, much more spring looking than wintry, but that's okay. I really just want to see how they perform, and right now it really is blending out nicely. There's not a whole ton of pigment right off the bat, but this is a very light shadow, so I may have to wipe off my under eyes and start over, or just completely wipe off the whole face as soon as I'm done, because that under eye area is just terrible looking. Terrible. And I think it looked alright with just the concealer, although again I would never choose that shade for my under eye area. Perhaps I can keep it and use it on my face. I don't know, but definitely definitely not my shade. The last time I was at our local Walmart, they did not have it, the new hydrating one, so that's why I decided to go ahead and order a shade online. This shade is terrible, and I'm not sure who it's made for. Who has, I don't know. It's just very, very yellow based. And I want to say when I read the description of it online, it said it was a neutral, which that is not neutral at all. Somebody needs to get their... But then again, I ordered this one, the Fair Warm, and like I said, it's ghostly white. I've been using it to prime my eyelids, and actually it does a pretty decent job at that, but it's almost white. This is not warm. How is that warm? Okay, I'm going to switch to a smaller brush so I can get into my crease. Something a little smaller and a little more dense, the M456. A little smaller. Bristles are a little more dense. Now, there are two mattes in here, and I don't know what you would call the other two. One is definitely a shimmer, and it's very pretty. The darker one, though, maybe more of a satin, and that's the one I'm going to take and try to put in my crease, just to deepen up the crease a little bit. The pans are a decent size, even though this palette is really tiny. So this would be really good, I think, for traveling. It is a plastic component, but it seems pretty sturdy. I think it would really work nicely thrown in your purse. I'm not somebody that goes from work to going out somewhere where I would need to apply a face of makeup. I do carry around some makeup, touch-up things in my bag, but I've never carried an entire eyeshadow palette in my bag. So, but if you do that, then this might be really good for you, but otherwise it would take up little to no space in your carry-on luggage if you are traveling. So that would be really nice for that. And they have lots of options to choose from. I just enjoy colorful eyeshadows more, and I wanted to see how they performed. I mean, in general, I've found that the more colorful shadows are harder to perfect, but these are blending beautifully. I mean, I have no complaints so far. I've had no skipping. They're blending nicely together. The color story is super pretty. I really like it. So the only thing, you don't have an inner corner highlight, but you can always pull out your highlighter for that. So I guess that would be fine. Let's see. So I think we're going to go ahead, and I'm trying to decide if I should use the brush to go in with the lid color, or if I should just try it with my finger. I would like to do it with both, just to see how it performs. So let's try a nice flat brush. This is the M124 from Morphe. It's a nice flat brush, and we'll try to take some of that shimmer. Again, some kick up, there may be some fallout. Some of the hairs are coming out on my brush. Morphe, no. It goes on with the brush. I can see it. It's nothing I would want to write home about, but there really wasn't very much fallout, which is good. We can try using the finger and also maybe wetting the brush. Try to get a little bit on the edge. There are, can you see this if I block my face out? There are a lot of hairs coming out of this brush. Just a bunch. Like, I've lost a few hairs out of my brushes before, but not a lot like that. What happened to you, brush? What happened? They are literally just all coming out. What is up? Alright. Now that's defective. Come on. There's no way. So, we're going to put that to the side, and I will be sending an email to Morphe about that. Let's try the finger. Let's just do that. Let's just try the finger. Oh, look at that. It comes off much, much nicer with the finger. And I don't mean to be. It's much shinier with the finger. Now, one issue that I seem to be having is that they are very similar, and I know this is a monochromatic palette. I get that. But these shades are so similar that it's kind of starting to look like I used one shade on my entire eye, if you know what I mean. Definitely different textures, but it's all starting to look very, very similar. So, a bit muddy, if you will. I am not a makeup artist, so, but would makeup artists be buying $3 palettes from e.l.f.? Probably not. So I would think that it's geared towards your everyday at-home makeup user. And for those people, I'm not sure that those shades offer enough of a variance to show up and really give you what you're looking for. Not for me anyway. But it is pretty. It was $3. I will still be trying the other ones, obviously. Okay, we're going to stick with the smaller brush, the M456. We're going to take a little bit of that darkest color on the end, tap it off a bit, and deepen up this outer corner a bit. Once I have most of the product off the brush, then I usually like to kind of push it towards the crease so that you're deepening up this whole outer corner. This is a pretty dark shade. It's purpley navy, and I do like that shade. It's pretty. Are these groundbreaking products? No. Are they different color stories that I haven't seen? Again, no, but I own a lot of eyeshadows. More than your normal everyday person would. But they're also $3 a piece. These would make awesome little gifts for people. Valentine's Day is coming up. I think they're adorable. So portable. And for $3, I honestly didn't expect them to perform as well as they are. They're exceeding my expectations of a $3 shadow. That is for sure. Okay, so I'm going to clean off my brush and my little color switch. And I can't stop looking at the under eyes. So let's cover some of it up. Take that lightest shade on the M456, tap it off a bit, and run it along the lower lash line. Make a weird face. If you don't make the weird face, you're not doing it correctly. Don't want to take down purple shadows down too far, or pretty soon it starts to look like you have a black eye. Not the look I was going for, really. Taking a little bit of that satiny color, whoa, ladybug. It is not spring in Pennsylvania. It's not even close to spring in Pennsylvania, but we have ladybugs so badly right now. I am sick to death of them. But as I've spoken about before, we've got 4 adults and 3 dogs, 4 cats living in this house right now. So emptying it out to get it tented and bombed is going to be really hard in the middle of winter. We're just going to have to be patient and wait for the weather to let up so that we can really take care of the ladybug situation. I'm going to pull this out a little further on the outer corner. And then I'm going to take it on a nice flat brush and run it on the under eye. Nice skinny flat brush. This is the R44. It's the, I would guess that it's the brow brush, but I'm going to use it however I want because it's mine and I want to. So I'm going to take some of that really dark color and push it as far up and close to that lash line as I can get it. Just about all the way over. I will still be putting a shade on the waterline itself, but I like the way that the darker shadows look kind of smudged out right along the lash line. And this color is dark enough that you really could use it as a liner as well if you wanted to wing that out a little bit on the outside. As I said, there is no, made my eyes water. There is no inner corner or brow bone highlight. My eyes just. So we're gonna have to pull out one of our highlighters. Now we have this jelly highlighter, and I'm hoping, I don't know how this is going to perform on top of powder, and we do already have some powder products on the face, but you can see it. It's very wibbly wobbly. I'm going to just use my finger. I'm going to stick my finger in it. I'm going to take a little bit of it, put it on the back of my hand, and just kind of pat it out. Use that same finger to add just a tiny bit on the high points of the face. Right on the top of the cheekbones, and I don't see it disrupting any foundation, which is good. It has a nice subtle glow. I guess expected it to be more, maybe you could build it up to be even more bright, but I kind of like that look, that it's a little bit subtle. I wonder how it will look. Let's just take a teeny tiny brush, take a teeny tiny bit of it, and let's try to use it on the brow bone as our highlight. See how it works. Well, if I have to get that close to see it, I suppose it doesn't work that well. Or maybe it's just that it dries that fast. I'll try taking a tiny bit out of the lid instead. So on the back of my hand, it did dry fairly quickly on the back of my hand. Tap a bit there for a brow bone highlight. That's pretty. It's like a champagne color. To be honest, this came in a kit with a gloss and the pink sponge, and we're going to do an inner corner highlight with that. Just pick a little bit out of the lid. The inner corner. Boy, if that stays as an inner corner highlight, it's very, very pretty. You can definitely see it. And I'm wondering if you could even use it as kind of a liquid liner. It's not, I mean, as long as you take a tiny bit, it's not messy. And like I said, it dries down very quickly. There's no tackiness. It dried like a powder on my face. It dried really quickly on the back of my hand. So surprisingly, I like that jelly highlighter. It's really pretty. I wonder what it would look like under your foundation, if it would shine through and give you that kind of a glow, almost like a Becca backlight primer. I wonder if it would work like that. I'll be testing that out in different ways and see how that goes. But for now, we're going to continue on with our Too Faced Better Than Sex liquid liner. Just put a nice thin black line on the top. I will have to lean in, so I'm not sure how much I will be on camera for this, but am practically blind as a bat and can't wear contacts. All part of my condition. It causes my eyes to be very dry and my mouth as well. I would put on contacts and they would literally roll up under my eyelid, so they did not work for me. I'll let that dry for a few seconds, and then we're going to go ahead and tightline the upper lid with my Maybelline Master Precise Skinny Pencil. The only pencil that I recommend for tightlining, because it's the only pencil for me that stays put and doesn't irritate my eyes. So if you don't like this part, look away. It truly doesn't bother me anymore. This product is exactly what it says. It is so super precise and doesn't poke me in the eyeball, so I love it. Now, I do curl my eyelashes, so I'm going to quickly curl my eyelashes, put on my Opening Act Lash Primer from Tarte, and then we'll go into finishing up the eye look. I always use a lash primer. I'm not especially picky about it. I've used this one by Tarte, I've used the one by L'Oreal, and I honestly don't see a difference. They are both really good products, but they do help. They are in fact winners in my book. Worth the hype. If you have, you know, minimal eyelashes or super sparse eyelashes, it helps with the length and it helps with the volume. It looks pretty nuts when you first put it on, because it looks like you're putting on white mascara. It does work, so we'll continue to use it. If you've tried it and it doesn't work for you, then don't do it. I always say that. Just because something works for me doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work wonders for you. Unfortunately, we're all individuals. We all have different body chemistries. We all have different needs as far as our skin goes. My eyes are extremely dry, just like my face. That's all I can tell you, that I have very blonde, very sparse eyelashes, and that it helps me. I'm going to be using, for my waterline, the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Voodoo. It is a beautiful, beautiful purple color. And purple is my favorite color. I don't do a whole lot of purple eye looks, but when I'm, because let's face it, when you come into an elementary classroom with your face made all up with purple eyeshadow, things are said. Things are probably thought that you'd rather they didn't, and so I try to tone it down quite a bit for work, and unfortunately I'm kind of a homebody and I don't get out much, so like tonight this isn't going any further than this room. That's okay, because I like it. I enjoy doing it. This is my relaxation. This is my therapy. So for mascara, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Better Than Sex. This is the waterproof version. That's why it is blue. I don't love it or hate it any better than the other one, although this is harder to get off. So, but as far as I can tell, the use of it is exactly the same. It is a very, very good mascara. I like it an awful lot. It happened to be on sale. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have gotten the waterproof version, just because it's harder to get off. And I'm trying to grow out my lashes, not destroy them. So sometimes with the waterproof mascaras, they stay on, but that becomes a problem when you want it to come off. And I don't want to have to tug and pull at my eyes. I do recommend the Garnier Micellar Waters. I don't think it matters which one. I think I just pick up whichever one. But that's what I use to take off my eye makeup specifically, because I don't have to rub really hard or pull on my lashes to get it to work. It just kind of, it's pretty smooth. It takes a little longer, like I said, with the waterproof one, but it still works. It will come off. You just have to very gently wipe at it a few more times than you would if it weren't the waterproof. So that is going to do it for me for the eyes. I like it so far, so good. I will try to remember to update you on the wear time, because sometimes that's important. If you have a 10-hour work day, you don't want by the end of the day all that you see on yourself are your lashes. So I do really enjoy eyeshadows that don't fade as quickly as some of the ones I've tried. I really like the way they look at the very beginning, and then by the end of the night there's nothing there. It's virtually gone. So we'll see what the wear time is like for this. Let's finish up with the lips. I'm using the Essence Soft Contouring Lip Liner, and the color is Under My Skin. I love the color of that liner, but it's very dry compared to my Buxom. Even the Physicians Formula one I just bought is very dry. Very dry. It's not creamy. You can't move it very much. Once it's on, it's on. Okay, and this is a new to me lipstick. Wet n Wild has revamped their packaging, and isn't this just so cute? With the little lips on the front. The cream ones, the High Shine Brilliance lipsticks, are in the white packaging, and then their matte ones are in a black packaging. It has kind of a pink lip on it. So cute. This was $1.98 at Walmart. So let's see how it performs. It's a very pretty pink color. This is in Rosé All Day. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have any stamping or anything on the bullet, just a normal bullet. I don't want to break it. Now granted that is on top of that lip liner, which was a pretty pink color, but it seems to be pretty opaque. I put some on the back of my hand, and very creamy. Almost oily. I am surprised. No drag on that at all. It went on smooth as butter. Yeah, I like that. It didn't seem to have any scent. I don't smell anything now. No, I don't smell anything at all, which is a plus for a lot of people. They don't like scent right on their lips like that. And I do believe this is the last e.l.f. product we are trying today for the first time. This is one of their lip plumping glosses. Very pretty. Packaging is very pretty. It's kind of got a matte pink lid on it. This color is Champagne Glow, I believe. And they smell really good. Kind of caramelly, kind of vanilla, but I love it. And they've upgraded their doe foot applicators. I have an older one of theirs that had a much thinner, less, it didn't have as much of the, I don't know what that's called, the fluffy stuff. Wasn't as comfortable to put on, but let's see. It feels very nice. Very glidey, not sticky at all. If you've watched a few of my videos, you'll know I do not like sticky things on my lips. I just don't like it. It feels weird. This one is not. This one is very glidey, and I don't feel any stinging or tingling or anything, but I taste a little bit of mint. It's a minty kind of a, I would guess that's what's supposed to make it plumping. I don't know how much I buy into these plumping lip glosses really, but hey, whether it works or not, it's very shiny. It does make your lips look more full, and it's very, very comfortable. I like that. That's something I'll be putting in the rotation. And it has glitter in it. You can see the glitter in the tube, but it doesn't look overly glittery on my lips, so I like it. And that will about do us for today. Trying out our new e.l.f. products. Again, I'll have to let you know about the primer, but it did feel slightly tacky. It hydrated nicely. My foundation went over it very well. The highlighter, surprisingly, I kind of dig this little jelly highlighter. It made a really nice, subtle glow and worked really well on the inner corners of my eyes. Didn't irritate my eyes at all, and if that stays put, because that's one of the first things to go on me is my inner corner highlight, I will be very pleased. The eyeshadows, very good quality for $3. $3. Now I did a full look except for the inner corner and brow bone highlight with this tiny palette, but you could easily, even two of them, if you were carrying two of them around so that you could have some kind of a transition color and a highlight for your brow bone, they're tiny. They're still really super compact, easy to throw in your bag. What else did we do today? The gloss we just talked about. I'm upset about the concealer. We're not going to talk about that again. And I think that's it. I think that was all of the new products. So, oh no, the sponge. I love the sponge. I hope he's not stained yellow by that terrible, terrible banana yellow powder that this was free. This was thrown in as a freebie if you ordered so much. So I'm glad I didn't pay for it because I hate it. And it's gonna go someplace far away, and it better not have stained my very, very nice sponge. I wish that they would sell this pink sponge by itself. I didn't see it on the website just by itself. It was only in that one kit that had 3 or 4 other things. But even then, that kit was $15, and I got some very nice products out of it. Oh, I forgot. That kit also had a poreless putty primer in it. I did not use that today. I didn't even open it because I already have one of those, and you know I've used it before and I love it. It's a really good primer. So that kit was a really good value for $15. So check them out. Don't discount e.l.f. A lot of times I cannot find what I want or what I need in stores, but their website is huge and easy to navigate, and the prices are just, they're sometimes even better because they'll run specials as well. So check them out. elfcosmetics.com. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope you're happy and healthy wherever you might be, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Oh, don't forget to subscribe and maybe even click the bell so you can be notified when I upload another video, because you don't want to miss it. And just subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. Thank you so much. I love you all. Bye-bye.